Spencer, after a long off season, you get to this point. What's running through your mind? A million things, or absolute clarity on what's going on?
Probably a bit of both, to be honest. I think we're really clear about the way we want to play. I think we're really clear about the opposition we're coming up against and the quality that they'll bring. But even though it's been a long off-season, it's been quite a short pre-season in terms of the time afforded to us to work with all our players and get them all on the same page. And so it's just a little bit of unknown heading into round one, as there always is. But really eager and excited to see what we bring at our new home out at the State Centre there.
How much does this short pre-season, turnover, injuries and everything affect what you're going to be able to put out on the park this weekend?
It does have a little bit of an impact, but I think every team's in the same boat, and we're really lucky that we're still able to lean on a core group of players that have been here consistently, certainly in my time here at the club, and we're going to ask them to stand up and lead the way again. And we think that the players that we have brought in offer a lot of quality as well, and I'm really happy with the way the squad's come together and how our preparations have come together for round one.
You had a similar sort of thing last year. Bit of an interrupted, shorter players coming in late type pre-season, and you got whacked in round one, which didn't really, but could have come back to bite you later in the year. How have you guarded against something like that happening again?
Yeah, well, that's last year, so there's not really much we can do about that. There's a couple of differences this year, I think. I think we're a much better side and carry that experience from the last few years forward with us. We're playing at home, and we haven't played a round one game at home since I can remember, so I'm really looking forward to that. And just the group that I've got, like such a fantastic group, I'm really confident in what they can produce. And yeah, I don't think what happened in round one last year, we're going to see a repeat of that at any stage this year at all.
Do you want to talk us through a couple of the squad changes? As you said, it's only gotten better from last year on paper.
Yeah, so I just think we've got a lot more depth in certain areas. Hard to replace a player like Matilda McNamara, but I think we've brought, and Kayla Sharples as well, both our centre-backs from last year, but I think we've brought in a strong centre-back pairing with Marushka and Jenna. We've also got Ella, who I think is Ella Tonkin, who I think is returned to us as a new player after some experiences with the young Matildas at a World Cup and training as part of their program. We've got a bit of unknown excitement in Zhao Yuyi as well, so quality there from China. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do. And then some good A-League pickups from a couple of the Melbourne clubs as well. So Mindy Barbarian and Misha Westland have come in, and we think they'll be fantastic for us. And then we've got our suite of scholarship players as well, who are all really pushing to get into the matchday squad and into the starting lineup. So for me, it's great because I've got so many different players that I can use and call on.
How have you found coaching Zhao? I don't imagine her English is perhaps 100%. How have you found those challenges, and what have you seen from her as a player? Yeah,
it's been pretty good, to be honest, because her understanding of English is actually quite good. The Chinese national team spent 6 weeks in America this year on a training camp. So I think she understands quite well. It's obviously just the confidence of speaking a second language can sometimes be a little bit difficult. But yeah, I think you'll see quite a technical player, a player that knows how to find the goals and finish, and a player that just really wants to work hard for the team.
To manage to get back Chelsea alongside Fiona up front, what does that mean for the team, having two of the most prolific goal scorers in the league?
Yeah, really happy to have both those returning individually, but also as a pair. I think they're both fantastic and hold them in the highest regard. And I'm looking forward to seeing them terrorising opposition defences this year.
And what's the squad's thoughts on being able to play at pretty much two new facilities in the State Centre and also with the developments here at Coopers as well?
Yeah, we think we're really fortunate that we've been able to move into some brand new facilities, try and make them our home. I know the playing group definitely love playing here at Coopers, so it's great that we've got another couple of games here this year, and hopefully we can continue to build on that in coming seasons. And it's a fantastic facility out there at Jeps Cross that the Football South Australia have built. So really looking forward just playing at some really intimate, purpose-built football stadiums.
And you signed a couple of players as well from the local league here in SA. How much did that play into the past season, play into your, I guess, recruitment and building this team for this season?
I think for our club it's really important. I think it's important that we provide a platform and a pathway for young South Australian female footballers to work towards and aspire towards. And I think if players play well in our local competition, I'm happy to reward them with spots. And that's what we've done this year. And I think there might be some surprises there. I think there's some surprises in the fact that I think there's some players that can come in and have an immediate impact off the back of a really strong local season. So keep an eye out for some of those scholarship players is what I'd say.
Do you think depth has been a weakness, for lack of a less strong word, of the squad in recent years?
I think it's always a bit of an issue if you look at our squad sizes. So if 16 players are making a match day squad, and you've got 17 fully contracted players, I mean, you don't have to be a mathematician to work out that sometimes depth is an issue. So I think what we're better at this year is we've got a bit more balance across the squad, and we've got a few more versatile players that can play a number of different roles for us. So it's not just about the quality of the individual player, but it's also about the way that I can use them as a coach.
How has added expectation, not just internally but around the league, people have taken note after last year, how has that influenced your messaging, Isabel's messaging, the club's messaging internally in the lead up to this season?
To be honest, it's had no impact at all, because whilst there might be a bit more noise externally, ever since I've been involved with this group, our expectations internally have been sky high. So, and what happened last year is an example of that. So most people were patting us on the back when we made finals and lost that game to Victory here at home. We were bitterly disappointed because we felt like we left more out there that we didn't achieve. So our expectations internally have always been super high, and I'm glad the rest of the competition's catching up.
Is it tough to change that mindset inside when you first took over?
No, because I think a lot of that groundwork was laid under the previous coach as well. So don't think it was tough. I just think it's sometimes challenging for players to bring that consistently, that mentality consistently, and have that confidence consistently. But I think we're there. I think we've got a very confident playing group. I think we know what we want to try and achieve and what our goals are, and we're working really hard towards achieving those.
So I suppose the goals and the expectation for this year then, just go there?
Yeah, our goals are just to try and win whenever we can. So whether that's at training, whether that's on match day, whether that's individual battles, whether that's collectively as a team, we just want to try and win as often and as consistently as we can. And if we do that and we come and compete every single time we step out on the park, we feel like we're as good a chance as anyone of achieving whatever it is we set out to achieve.